Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out for myself, look in the description. You'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. Those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Here we go. So see what I guess you didn't see what I did there. See, I say this a lot. This is for myself. This is so I can see where we're going. But what I was trying to express there is that what I do is a quick stick figure with the thickness of the body just to see if I have proportions right. Then I can flesh it out. And basically that's what this first part is. This is just for me. I know you can't see this. This is just for me to make sure that I've got the placement right, the proportions, and position. What did I say? Placement, proportion, and position. The 3 P's. The triple P's. Yeah, okay, look, you know what I'm trying to say. Because I planned this out, right? That's the whole thing. It's planning out where we're going to go with this. And that's kind of my point with if you plan a good plan, you know what you're going to do. It'll be an awesome drawing. Maybe. You know, that's not a guarantee. That's not, you know, things change in life, and I get it. Things go wrong, and maybe, you know, it didn't quite go the way you wanted. It happens. But what I'm just trying to get you to do is get into the habit of, well, plan it correctly, and it actually might go a little different. I'm just trying to get you in the habit of practice, because that's what really this is. This is just practice. Because sometimes I draw things you don't want to draw, and I get it. Not everybody wants to draw Harry Potter. Not everybody wants to draw Star Wars figures, you know? So sometimes it may not be your thing, but try it. Try something different. See what you get. Get in some practice of something you normally don't draw, and you'll get a little bit of practice, you'll get a little bit better, and you never know, you might end up having a good time. Because that's the thing, again, I love drawing Star Wars. I love drawing video game characters that I play. It's not always going to be necessary, but every now and then someone's going to come up to you and say, hey, I need you to draw, or can you draw this for me? And it might be a dragon, or it might be a cow, or it might be a person in a robe. You know what I mean? And you'll have that in your belt. You're like, oh yeah, I can do that. I've done it before. I've got practice at it, so let me do it again for you. And so that's why I say, yeah, just try different stuff, because you never know when you're going to need it, and what's it going to hurt, right? You're here. You might as well do some drawing. Let's see, I'm going to do this one down. But that's how I look at it. It's like, yeah, we may not all want to draw stuff like this, but you know, you're here to draw. I mean, you know what? You clicked on it. I didn't tell you to come to class. You know, I didn't say, hey, show up and just see what we do. You saw the video. You know why you're here. So hopefully you want to draw in the first place. But I'm just saying, even if you don't, you know, this is your opportunity to try something different. But again, I hope that's why you're here, that you know what we're doing, right? You didn't just click on this randomly and like, oh, I didn't know we were drawing Ron. Yeah, you did. You clicked on it. You know why we're here. Watch, someone somewhere is going to point out, like, I didn't. I came here because someone else told me to click. You know what I mean? Someone's always going to try to prove you wrong. Someone's always going to jump in with, no, I didn't. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You're always going to have those people. Someone's going to show up somewhere to try to prove you wrong just to be funny, or because it happens. Statistically, it's going to happen. You know, I say that like someone is trying to not be a jerk about it, but trying to prove me wrong. Statistically, not everyone is going to be here specifically for what I say. And at some point, someone's going to accidentally click on something that's going to get him here, and that's how you got here, you know? So I get it. And that's why you have to accept that, you know, not everything is 100% because of this or because of that. It's like, yeah, there's reasons. There's other reasons out there than what you think. You know what I'm saying? If everybody were to bite an apple, statistically, one of you is going to get a rotten apple. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just numbers. It's got to be there. It happens. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, good like that. So I say we get going. So basically what I do is I sketch out the first thing, and I try to get, like I said, the placement, position, and proportions. 3 P's. And once I get comfortable with that, and I get more confident with the placement, proportion, and the 3 P's, I start pressing harder. And so those lines come out darker. Those are my confidence lines. And I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil. So when I lightly erase like this, the sketchiness disappears, but the confidence takes a little bit more pressure, and I'm not applying that much pressure to erase those lines. So the confidence lines are what we're going to use to guide us. That's how you live your life. Follow your confidence, get rid of your sketchiness. You'll do many great things, go far, and have beautiful, beautiful life. A beautiful life. I don't know why I said beautiful life. Because I'm not a speaker, I'm a drawer. Anyway, I think that's enough. I can see where we're going to go, so I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe right now. Click it. Because I do a different drawing every day, you can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. Sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Harry Potter, check out that playlist there, or check out the playlist in general, because I do so many that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. If not, give me a shout. We'll see what we can do. All right, I've already sketched it out. I know where we're going to go, so I'm going to start with the top of his lids, like this. I like to do the eyes first, just to see if I've got him positioned where I want, because sometimes I have them turned, you know, stuff like that. So I just kind of think of the eyes and place my head accordingly, right? This works. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the retina, the color part of the eye, like that, real tiny. So tiny that I can barely put a pupil in. So I'm just going to dab the pupil just a little bit like that. You can put it in, go for it, but these Sharpies will bleed if I'm not careful. So I have to limit my lines. Like this line for the bottom of the eye, I don't draw it. I just come in and do like that. Just to imply that it's going in. Kind of, I go towards the center. If you can draw it with your pencil, go for it. I just know that these Sharpies are going to bleed, so I let the retina imply the bottom of the eye. Plus, I do it with color too. Now, he's got all hair in front of his brows and all that stuff, so we're not even going to see any of that stuff. So, I'm not going to start there. I'm going to go ahead and work on the mouth, kind of come my way up, and then I'll do the top of the head. Okay? So, his nose, we're going to go ahead and put right about here. And again, for the nose, there's not many lines I can really draw because I want to do like the bulb of his nose, the bridge, all that stuff, but that's more of a contoured line. That's not a hard edge. It's not like a, 2 lines like this. It's a smooth contour that kind of does this. So I don't want to define that with the Sharpie. I'll let color take care of that, okay? So for his mouth, we're just going to go ahead and draw a little bit like that. And he got a top lip, but again, this is so small, it's kind of hard to do. Let me see what I can do here. See, it's just all black because at this size it's way too tiny to detail, but that's okay. That's fine. For the bottom of his lip, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to hit it all the way to the edge. It'll look like lipstick, you know, but I need to define that there is a bottom edge. And so for his jaw, I'll put it right here. So I'm kind of working my way down the middle so I know the middle of his face. Here's the other thing. I always talk about this. I know this is not Rupert Grint. I can't draw. Well, I can. I don't have time to draw perfect likenesses. So I say these are cosplay people, you know, people that dress up like Ron Weasley or Harry Potter or Hermione Granger. Okay, so here's the edge of his face, his jaw. Oh, and so you see, I'm also starting to thicken up my lines just a little bit because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I kind of match where this is going to go. You'll see as we hit there, but I'm just kind of explaining to you why I'm doing this. Okay, you can see a little bit of his ear here. This one, again, we're going to do just like that, come up, but this is where I want to stop because I got hair all flowing through here. So it's kind of parted on the side, so I'm going to kind of see the part is right there coming down, but he's got big locks. So here, let's do like this. That's where the part is, right? But he's got big locks coming down in front of his face. Right? The old Weasley hair that are kind of in front of his eyebrows too. So that's kind of why I'm not doing those. I just kind of wanted to define that he's got a lot of hair coming down. And I don't want to draw all the hairlines because I want color to take care of a lot of it. But I did want to define an edge and why we can't see his eyebrows. So see, I guess what I can do for you is do this. Right? So we can see that much of the bridge of his nose, but that's it. Just because I can't see I would do it here, but it's going to look like it's coming from that hairline, so I'm going to leave it like that. And do that for his hair. Okay? So here's the other thing. So there's more hair, obviously, on top. So I kind of want to start here, and I'm going to see where it goes. This is what I like to do. Parted here, coming out like this. If that looks good to me, I'll keep going. If not, I think I want to like come out a little bit more like this, and I just kind of define that first line as what, that's just a hairline, you know. So I can just say that, yeah, that's just part of the edge. That way, if I'm not happy with it, I just build on that, you know. If I were to keep going, it might look a little odd, but to me, I can kind of play around with something like that to kind of define an edge. Okay, and see how it doesn't really look like him? I know, but we just say it's a person dressed up like Ron, a cosplay person, right? Same thing here. I'm going to do this side, see if I like where the edge is. It looks good to me. I'll stick with that. And then bring it in. It might be a little thick, so let's bring it in a little bit like this. And that's good. I can live with that. Again, it's not perfect. It doesn't look exactly like Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint, right? That's kind of my funny run-in joke, is I don't know their names, but for some strange reason, I can remember his. And again, you don't have to thicken up your lines. I'm just explaining to you why I draw how I draw. Okay? That'll work. I am happy with that. Let's go. All right, so I just got him standing there in a very Ron pose. Nothing defiant, nothing powerful. He's Ron. You know, he's ready to fight. He's ready to help. But he's Ron. He's a lover, not a fighter, right? I don't know. Just making that up. Okay, so I've got his shirt kind of open, like the collar, and I want his tie down here like this, and coming back up, kind of a slack tie. You know, he doesn't have it super tight. And then the robe. So the robe is going to be a majority of the costume. But I do have his tie. Oh, I got to define the robe. Let's define the robe because that's so much in front, and then we can build off of that. So I've got it open. The other characters, I drew them closed, but I just felt like, I don't know, Ron is a little more loose, you know, a little less tightly wound, you know, because he's sorted his priorities, right? Got you a little Harry Potter joke in there. So yeah, let's define the robe. So I've got the hood kind of open, like really open, you know, like really wide like that. And then we're going to kind of close it up to the edges. So let's go ahead and draw this edge. Like this. Let's go ahead and do the other one too. About the same height basically. And let's see, this one we're going to open just a little bit like this, come back up, and say that's the inside. So basically it's opened up a little bit like that. So when I do the other side, it's going to be basically like this. Okay. Now that I have that defined, I guess here, let me close this one up too. This one is closed completely. That one is kind of open all the way. This one rolls back a little bit on this side. That makes sense? So I'm going to put his shoulders about here. Something like that. And now that I have this defined, I guess, you know what, let's draw the arms and then we'll come back to the middle. I was going to say let's do the vest and all that stuff. But we'll come back. Let's just draw the sleeves hanging down. Like I said, it's just Ron just kind of standing there, ready for whatever is necessary. And I guess that's what I mean by he's not an action pose. He kind of does what's necessary, does what's needed, and it's a good person for it, right? There you go. This one's coming down like that. I'll add some creases and folds just to show you why it's just hanging there. Plus I like doing creases and folds. Just something like that. Try not to go too crazy. I want to draw a whole bunch, but I'm trying to keep it kind of simple. And kind of also like draw a few here. Same thing here. So it's not just flat, you know, it's like, well, it's supposed to wrinkle over to the hood, but that's how that is. All right, the hand I just got down like that, nothing too crazy. So you can see a little bit of a sleeve. Then I'm going to come down here to the thumb. Come back in for the fingers. And I'm pretty much just kind of tracing my sketch. So if you plan well, you can pretty much do something like this and just kind of follow what you did before. But see, the thing is about these Sharpies is they're so thick. There's only so much I can get done with them, you know? Because they'll start to bleed. And so we can't even see the pinky. We're just going to say that. And sometimes I try to come back and add a little bit with the small Sharpie just to kind of define a few things. But considering it's just a hand, there's not too much we can really define, you know? Maybe we can add like a little bit of the thumb. But again, we're just kind of working with what we got. The reason I do with Sharpies is I want you to, looks like a wart, don't draw that, is I want you to be able to just grab what you have lying around the house. You know, if you got Sharpies, great. If you got a pencil, great. Don't buy expensive supplies. You can afford it, go for it. Do what you want. But I want you to just be able to just grab what you have and just get going with me, you know? This one, same thing, is just hanging down. So I'm going to come over here, wrinkle up the material a little bit, and come back up this way. And because we're, let me draw this edge, because now it's going to be in front of this arm. Like that. But yeah, I wanted it in front of this one just to have placement, right? In there. See, I want to do a whole bunch, but it's a loose hanging robe, so there's not a lot of wrinkles at this point. Okay, so this hand is the one that's holding the wand. So I'm gonna draw his sleeve like this, and he does have like two shirts, right? Like another. See if we can do that. Okay, so this one is just holding the wand like that, so there's not much we're really going to do here. We're basically going to draw the thumb, a line, and then this, right? Because all the other fingers are back behind like this. So don't stress out too much. About the lack of detail. See, because basically that's all you can do, and you're just drawing that, which looks a little strange when you draw it, but technically, you know, that's about it. That's all we can really do. So let's draw. Ooh, I want to draw his wand with a small Sharpie. Only because I did it with Harry Potter. I did the thick Sharpie and it was too thick. I realized, ooh, I should have done that with a small Sharpie. And there we go. We'll just leave it like that. We don't have to go too crazy with it. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's draw the other side of the robe on this one. This one is kind of flat, so you're not seeing it. This one, I'm putting at an angle like that. We'll say you can see that much of this one. How's that? Okay, so his sweater vest, then his pants. So everything is inside here, so I'm going to come in here and do this. Like that. This one, I'm going to come down here for his shirt, and his sweater is going to be like this. So basically his shirt is untucked. That's basically what I was going for there. And so we'll go ahead and kind of leave it like this, kind of open a little bit. Right? And then, oh, I got to do the tie. And then material like that. Then the rest of the sweater is just material, you know, just kind of flexible. All right, so his pants, you can't really see as much anyway because they're behind the robe. So all we're really doing is we'll go ahead and draw like a fly, just to give us a location of where his legs start, right? So it's going back behind this robe. This one's going back behind that robe. So basically just going to come in and do this. And that's all I can really do because of what you can see due to the robe. And then we're going to bring it down. So this leg is coming through here like this, bringing this one down like that, over the shoe, like that. Nothing crazy for the shoe. And then same thing over here. I'm going to bring the legs down here this way, like that, coming down this way like this, over, down. Let's draw like the front of a shoe, nothing like that. We'll do some detail here. Oh, before I forget, before I add the detail, I want to draw the back of the robe because I always forget that. So it's coming through here, flipping back around. We're going to say it's doing like this and like that. All right. So now I just like to add just a little bit of, well, you know, wrinkles and folds. There's not a lot we can really do here in his pants. We'll just do something like this. And I like to wrinkle up the pants. kind of do stuff like that just to kind of define some edges in the shoe, something like that. Don't have to go too crazy. It's just shoes. But there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.